I don't think I've shown any of the electrical. Have I shown any of the we haven't done a video. Oh. So we're running the Holly Blue fuel pump, and this is the regulator that goes with it. So we're gonna work on getting this mounted in the car today. And what I'm thinking for this is the same thing that we did in Tori's car for his drift car, is mounting it right in here off of this side, having it in this area, and then we run our fuel line from the back underneath, tucked away from the exhaust, and up here to the regulator, from the regulator to the fuel log for the carburetor. So this is gonna be a pretty good location. Gonna get some rib nuts in there. Hopefully I gotta make sure that the rib nut gun will actually fit and get that in place. The next thing I plan on working on, which might take me a little bit, is getting the foot pedal adjusted. So I need to trim down the master cylinders a little bit, because right now the pedal, it doesn't sit at 90, it sits past 90, and I need it to sit back a little bit more for my feet, because having it this way is a little bit awkward when you're trying to press the pedal. So that should help with my seat position a little bit. So I'm gonna adjust those, put the throttle pedal in, and figure out what I'm gonna do for a throttle cable. Then get the seat back in and look at adjusting the seat to compensate for whatever I can't do with the pedals, because it's in its solid spot. It can't be changed. And the only other thing I had written on after that was putting the pressure lines on the power steering. They're already made. One was already connected, but we just disconnected it while putting the motor in. So nice and easy, simple. Not a real crazy day today, because I got to get parts ordered and come up with my plan of attack for the exhaust, because that'll be the big thing. And get my drive shaft made. I need that. So yep, here we go. Okay, so the fuel regulator is in. I wasn't able to fit the rib nut gun in here, so we just got 2 rivets in there. But it's in a good spot. So the fuel line will come up from here to the regulator, to the fuel log, and I like it. I put mine up a little bit higher than we did with Tori's, just so it's real easy to adjust fuel pressure. Just something I learned when I was doing putting his in. So that's all good to go. This is just mounted in loose right now, because I gotta go get the AN fittings for the fuel line for this and get that set up. But it's located, so I can start working on fuel lines and then get the carb on and build all that. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I gotta adjust the car on the lift to get my foot pedal brackets out, and then pull those out and adjust the masters. Okay, I got the foot pedal out. Wasn't too bad to pull, so at least we did that right. So what I'm talking about on these pedals is how these sit. The clutch isn't too bad. It doesn't need much more. It just needs a little bit to bring it back. But you can see on the brake, it's past 90 towards my foot like this. And to me, that's uncomfortable. So I'm going to adjust these studs that come off, these rods that come off the master. Because right now they are maxed out on the back of the pedals. And on this one, you can see in there, they're maxed out. So we're going to take a little bit off the ends there so we can pull it in a little bit further just to adjust the foot pedal and its position. We got the pedal box in with the throttle pedal in as well, so it's set in place. Brake looks good, clutch looks good, and it's got its stop that we can adjust out. I only have these two bolts tight right now. I got the nuts on these ones, but I need Tori here to hold the underside while we tighten these ones. And I realized that this isn't a very fun job, so next time I have to take this out, I'm gonna have someone else do it. Alright, before I was rudely interrupted by the battery dying, I gotta figure out, they make a bracket here for the throttle cable. I just gotta figure out the stock throttle cable will work, or if I need to get a universal one that's a certain length. So, I'm gonna have to work on that. Other than that, it all looks good. I'm gonna leave everything back here unattached for now, as, I'm gonna put that over it though. Leave everything unattached for now because I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have to pull it out or not to mess with the throttle cable. So I'm just going to leave it as is and get the seat back in eventually and test out the position of the pedals. Also, these bad boys are working. We did all the electrical on the car and the electrical's done. I didn't take any video of it because we were kind of piecing it together day by day, but basically all the gauges work. They just need to be plugged in the sensors. Left the battery on last night, so oops. We got everything. So we got our fuel pump, power steering, all of it hooked up, fans. They're pretty solid fans, so excited about that. External water pump in the rear. Driver fan, that's going to be my cool shirt, and wipers. Then I have a dead switch here. Purge. Purge. And my heater. Good old defrost. Traction control. I like that one. Traction control is just the taillights and the running lights. So I wired it so that the running lights and headlights are on a different switch, so I can actually just drive with my running lights on, because I like the look of the car with the running lights on. And throw on, little Ray Charles headlights. So everything's functioning. The only thing I can't show is brake lights. Oh. Brake lights are wired into the switch on the pedal. And yeah, looks pretty good, but it looks like I have a taillight out. Oh, I never noticed that. Well, gotta get a taillight. The car actually has power, actually has a motor in it. Getting pumped. So for now, this probably concludes this video. We have us putting the motor in, showing you all this, doing the pedal assembly, fuel regulator. Didn't get to, oh, I didn't talk about this. This is my kill switch. I've got one up there and one in the car. That way I don't have to get out of the car to turn the power off. And also, back here, I used a bulkhead connector, a Deutsch bulkhead, so that way the rear harness is completely separate from the inside harness. And I didn't do it to the front of the car because it's easy to pull through. And I should have, maybe eventually when I redo some things, I'll put a Deutsch connector up there. So that's about it for right now. Gonna continue to film this build series as I get more things. It's gonna be a little slow here at the beginning because I gotta get parts ordered. Gonna be waiting for some parts to show up, and then also figuring out what to do with the headers, if I'm gonna do it or if I'm gonna have somebody else take care of it and have a custom set built. That's gonna be way faster than me trying to do it for my first time because I've never built headers. We're gonna get all that figured out and go from there. So I'm excited to get back onto this build. A lot of you know I've been waiting, and we're still in crunch time for the season. So that's it for now. Peace.